Good morning, y'all. Did you say your affirmations? Did you say your prayers? Did you say did you put your whole armor of God on? You better know. Every single step, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Focused on my path, I'm the one, I'm the key. Living out my dreams, yeah, I'm walking in my destiny. Walking in my purpose, can't nobody stop me. Alright, I gotta stop the music, y'all. Good morning, y'all. Hello, my beautiful people. I love y'all. I'm trying to light some, y'all. I ain't being rude to you, babies. I'm not. Yeah, this thing. That one lit. Well, hello, y'all. Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing this morning? What a beautiful morning. I thank you, Lord, for waking us up. Oh my goodness, y'all. I hope everybody slept good. I did, y'all. I did. Make sure when you pray before you go to sleep, ask God to protect you in your dream state, okay? Make sure you asking for protection in your dream state. All right? A lot of things go down in the dream state. Y'all know how they say in the DMs? Yeah, in the DS. A lot go down in the DS, the dream state. So watch yourself. Make sure you asking for protection. Ask the Lord to protect you. All right? So y'all. Oh my goodness, y'all. I hope everybody is still on a journey. You know, sometimes I gotta go in other directions. Sometimes I gotta come with this sword and don't be playing. But today, now this ain't gonna be quick. I mean fast. I already know. Oh my goodness, Trace, you always say that, girl. I know, and it be long. It ain't gonna be long, y'all. It's not. I don't even know what I came to say. But like I ever do. I wanna first encourage y'all to continue to try to balance out your energy, right? We all got masculine and feminine traits, right? We all got masculine and feminine energy. And like I told y'all in another video, it's about balancing it out, right? So we're trying to balance so we can be in the middle, right? Peace comes when you balance things out. Don't be too this and not enough of that, okay? Because y'all see me. I show up with that sword, and sometimes I come in my feminine energy, right? But it's knowing how to balance the two out. Oh, excuse me, y'all. And we have to all learn how to balance things out. We got to make sure that we not falling off and falling short, because these things are things that help us, right? So I'm not saying you gotta eat good all the time, because I ain't about to hold you. I do not. I'm just here to let you know. You know, I'm just saying. From 15 to 38, I ate very good. Excellent, right? I didn't feed my children no meat. Well, I'm not going to say no meat. I didn't feed my kids any beef or pork. And so turkey products was all they ate. And I breastfed. And I tried to keep myself, well, I'm not going to say I tried to keep myself. I started eating like that because I followed a lot of Islamic teachings. Because, I mean, we can get a little bit of everything from everywhere, you know. So I found that sector to be a little more in line with what should be going on with us, right? I'm not saying go become Muslim. Don't do that. Don't put that in my mouth. I did not say that. I'm just telling you that I found those people to be the real people, the people that really follow that sector of what they're doing. I found that to be very, very beneficial to me, right? And so when I started having my kids, I just, I gave them a lot of those values, the principles of how they do things. And I found that to be very good for my children, right? So they're very bright, very intelligent. Now, I ain't saying they always doing the right thing. Now, we ain't gonna go there. Y'all already know, I ain't about to hold you on that one. Because, baby, I done had some of the same challenges with mines as y'all had with y'all. So, I'm not gonna say that. But it's always about balancing, finding the thing that makes and help you feel whole as a person, right? Because ultimately you want to feed your soul things that's going to help it thrive and elevate. That's the key, right? Getting as close to God as you can and honoring your temple. Now, I ain't saying that I ain't done some stuff. Y'all already know I have. I'm just saying. Now, when I got 38, I got pregnant, right? I had a baby. Child, that little baby was wanting that daggone red meat. I don't know if that baby wanted it, but something was wanting it in my body. And I started eating it. And then I got thick. I never got thick until I added that red meat back into my diet. And I realized, and like now my grown kids tell me it just don't sit well with them. They started eating it too, but they like it make their stomach really messed up. And my son takes long breaks from all meat across the board. He will do long stretches of nothing. He will go long. I'm telling you, this boy will go days with just water. Days and days and days and days. Sometimes weeks. Yeah, with just water. He won't eat no food. But it takes discipline to do things like that, right? So we need to get some discipline in our life. Discipline and structure bring great results. So I just want to encourage you to find your niche. Think about what will make you feel better and make you feel at your highest level of energy, thought process, and all of these things. And sometimes we got to play around with things to figure it out. But that's okay. Get started though. And the ones that's already been doing it, I appreciate y'all. I congratulate y'all. Because it ain't easy. We got so many choices out here in this world in every aspect of our life. And it takes a real strong person to be disciplined to do what was best for them, right? Because being undisciplined is easy. It's weak. I'm not saying you're a weak person because you undisciplined, but you kind of are. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to say it like I'm putting you down. But it is what it is, right? So we're not going to sugarcoat that. Discipline people are more in tune with themselves. They are more in tune. They usually make the best decisions, very creative, aligned with what's for them. An undisciplined person lives a very chaotic life with a bunch of unclean things around them, right? They make all their decisions on a whim. They don't think about what they're doing. Most of the time, they're selfish. They indulge in a lot of things that's not good for them, right? Because they don't think, right? Because they're not even important to themselves. This is the reason that their life usually got a lot of chaos in it, a lot of drama in it, a lot of ups and downs in their life, just constantly on the same hamster wheel, just over and over. No matter what situations they in, what job, whatever they go, the results usually end the same way because they don't have any discipline. Any relationship they get in, it usually go down the same way because they don't have any discipline. So we want to make sure that we are very mindful of what we want in life and making sure that we lining up with what we want, right? Because you can't expect to get what you want in life and you don't want to do the work to get it, right? God ain't just out here passing out blessings. That's not how that works. You got to align with your blessings. So let's get in alignment with what we want. If you want a good woman, then you got to become a good man. We had this conversation already. If you want a good job, then you got to take the time out to do the research on what it takes to execute that job. And you got to show up every day and give your 110%. But before you give your 110%, you need to make sure that you're lining up with what's for you, the job that's for you. Because if you decide to go with something that's not for you, the results ain't going to be good. And it ain't because you ain't good. It's because you didn't listen to your discernment. And you chose that without talking to yourself for real. Without talking to God. You know what I'm saying? So, and you can get tricked real easy out here. with things that look good that's not good for you, right? And so I don't want to see you get tricked out your spot. I told y'all there's a lot of people out here in this world that got tricked out their spot. And most of that comes from not being disciplined. And when you're not disciplined, you can't take, your discernment is off. You don't have the wherewithal and the inner guidance to guide you where you need to go. And sometimes we do. And we just decide that we're going to choose what we want for ourselves, which is okay. But when you go against what your inner self is telling you, it usually crash and burn. Right? So we don't want to do that. We want to make sure that we're going to get the best out of life that we want. And the way to do that is getting in alignment. Have discipline and structure in your life. It requires that. That's why you see a lot of these babies out here running around doing all this craziness and all these things that they shouldn't be doing. You know, a lot of that is because the household itself has no discipline and no structure. It's not these kids' fault. It's the fault of the foundation that they was raised on. So make sure that you planting your seeds in solid soil, good soil, so that it can grow and be prosperous. But you also have to nurture it along the way, right? So make sure that we always nurturing the seeds that we plant. Because you can put this plant in the seed in the ground, but if you don't water it, you know, and do all the things that you need to do to make sure that the food or whatever it is that you're putting in this ground comes out and be strong and firm and good for you to be able to eat, then it was pointless to even plant the seed, right? So let's get back on this journey, y'all, and make sure, hi baby, good morning, I saw you today. Make sure that you're planting good seeds, because ultimately you can, good morning baby, you only can make things happen for you. God will assist, but you got to do your part. You got to do your part. And remember, in planting your seeds in that good soil, you already know it's bugs and snakes and all that in the grass. So you got to be watching out for all those things. But if you tending to your seed that you planted, and you know you going out there making sure, meaning your life, you going out there and you're making sure that you're doing what you need to do to make this thing grow, you're going to catch the snakes. You're going to catch the bugs. You're going to put whatever you need to put around your stuff to make sure that nothing gets in there to destroy it before it comes to its full potential. Keep your ideas to yourself. Don't be out here telling people what you're going to do and what you thought about. Keep all your ideas to yourself. Now, if you got ideas that you know that it's a good idea, but it ain't nothing you really want to do, then you can pass that on. But something that you want for yourself and you want to bring it to fruition, keep it to yourself. Don't be telling people your business. And I know you might think, well, that's my friend. That's my this. We had this conversation before. Don't do that, baby. Because I told you, you never know who on the sideline pretending to be a cheerleader for you, but the whole time they got a knife in their back. Unfortunately, this is the world we live in. And so we got to be real careful with our ideas. If we getting ready to get a new position, don't tell nobody till you start. And then they say, well, dang, I ain't seen you in a minute. Where you been? Then you say, oh, man, I've been working. Oh, I ain't know you got a new gig. Yeah, then you tell them once you got the gig. Don't tell them why the process is happening. And I know sometimes we get excited and we feel good because we got this job. Oh, my goodness, it got the benefits. It's got the money. Yeah, but don't say nothing until you start. So just keep things close to your chest, you know. This ain't the kind of world, we ain't got there yet. We moving in that direction, but we ain't there yet. Keep things close to your heart if you want it to prosper, okay? Keep trying to drink as much water. I'm talking to myself on this one. Drink as much water as you can because you are just like the plants. You come from the earth. So you have to put water into your body, okay? Let's do better, y'all. We want a lot of things in life, like real love, right? But you got to have real love in order to get real love. And so align yourself with the things that you want and move in a way that you can attract these things to you. Because we like to chase money. And I told y'all in another video, don't ever chase money. Never chase anything. This is what they want you to do. That will keep you on a hamster wheel. But it'll also keep you constantly disappointed. So don't chase anything. Align yourself with those things and they will chase you. You don't need to chase anything. Let God be your first focus. Let you be your second focus. If you got a husband or a wife or somebody you loving or somebody you thinking about, then love. Plant, water those, all of those things. And the rest of the stuff will come chasing you down. You know, I don't want y'all to keep doing things backwards and trying to figure out why things is not happening. It is purposely designed for you to do it backwards because they already know if you're doing it the way they say do it, the likelihood of you getting what you actually want ain't gonna happen. They know that. So you got to get your mind out of unclean things. Am I saying you can't have a good time? Absolutely have a good time. But be careful in that good time and do all things in moderation. Don't overdo anything. Because before you know it, you'll be right back in the same spot you was in before. Like, how I get here? Because you can't do that. You just can't. It don't work like that. I told y'all. That's not how it works. You got to know how to balance your life out. So that you align with what you want. But you can't be overly drinking, overly getting high, overly doing this, overly sexual. You cannot do that and expect to have a good life. That's reckless. How the hell you think you're going to do that and then end up, oh, I still want me a good woman. I still want me a good man. Ain't no good man, good woman want no fucking body that just drink all the time, get high all the time, party all the time. Who you think? Ain't nobody good wanting that. So you got to make it make sense. A good man and a good woman want a balanced person in their life. I'm just saying. So do a job. Why you think they do the interview? Because they trying to see how balanced you are in your life. That's why they ask you all these different questions in different ways. It be the same question sometimes, and they flip it and ask it in a different way. Because they just trying to see where your mind at. Because if you ain't balanced, what do they need you for? You going to come and cause problems, right? You going to be more of a problem than you going to be a solver, and they already know that. So they be trying to check before they let you in the door to make sure you good. But you need to be also doing that for your own self. Interview you and ask yourself, would I want me as an employee? Would I hire somebody like me if I was the boss? Ask yourself that. Would I accept what I do and my partner? Yeah, I do a lot. I do this, I do that, I do that. Would I want a chick like that? Would I want a dude like that? If the answer is no, then why the hell you think somebody else want it? And that's why a lot of times y'all don't get it. I told you that. And even when you run across somebody who is good and you come with that shit and they peep it, they gonna be gone. Because they know it don't align with who they are and where they're going in their life. So they leave your ass alone. Or the job fire you. Because you showed up acting like you was on point. You fooled them a little bit in that interview. But once you got up in there, you couldn't show and prove. And they said, yeah, you got to go. So keep tricking yourself out your own spots. If you want a firm foundation and you want something good in your life and you want to see your life really elevate and prosper and stay like that and steadiness and not dropping down, back up, dropping down, then you got to do better. It's not everybody else, it's you. I'm just saying. All right? Now I love y'all. Now go out there and be great today, all right? You already know what I'm going to say. Show up and show out. Have a great day, y'all. I love y'all to the moon and back, okay? And don't forget to love up on yourself first and then love up on all that's loving up on you. Have a great day, y'all. Have a prosperous day. May everything in your day today go great, wonderful. May it be peaceful. I hope you don't have to work hard, but you make a lot of money. Have a great one, y'all. Bye. Until next time.